I have a question about the Bible in 2 Kings 13, 17, 19. Yes, 2 Kings 13.
Yes, 2 Kings 13.
I want to take this question to a personal level, sister, and sometimes when one is waiting for a blessing, whether it be work-related, about one's love life, or studies, there are times when one must be diligent and do certain things, but sometimes obstacles arise. And I sometimes think, well, that it's not the moment to receive the blessing, because it's not the time, because I haven't earned it, or because the Lord wants me to strive a little more to earn that blessing. But I also think that if I insist too much, I might be stubborn, and the Lord might give me that blessing only for it to become a stumbling block. Or I also think, is it the enemy who wants to place a stumbling block so I don't reach that blessing? So my question is, how do I know how far to go when I persist in obtaining something?
For this, wisdom is needed because we must know when we can persist with the Lord and when not, depending on what the petition is or what we are asking God for. Right? Depending on that, one persists to the Lord. But if one asks the Lord for unnecessary things or things that are not truly needed and not a priority, and we insist, in doing so, we become like fools, perhaps imprudent. It depends on what you desire in life and what you are asking God. So you ask yourself, should I be persistent or not? You must be persistent depending on what you are asking for. What are you asking for? What if a person started saying, oh Lord, I want to win the lottery, and every day they are asking, Lord, I want you to give me the lottery. Well, yes, it is the lottery, right? That is how it is understood in Spanish by lottery. Very well. And they keep asking and asking. That should not be. That is ridiculous. Because how can one make such a request? Or to say, oh Lord, I want to have a car, a specific brand, and all the time they are praying to be given a car of that brand. Well, that is something that does not belong in a request to God. You say you like such and such car of a certain brand which you like very much. That's fine. There are people who have the means to acquire it. Others do not. But if one day God promises to give you a car, then you say, no, but Lord, how are you going to give me a car of that brand if I scarcely earn enough to get by? I can't handle that blessing. No, that is impossible. Well, it turns out that God said He would give you that one day, and it stayed there stored away. You don't have to be praying every day, Lord, when are you going to give me that brand of car, and when are you going to give it to me? No. On the other hand, for example, if you are a person who doesn't have a job and the doors to employment have closed, and you are asking God to open doors for you because you need to live, you need money for sustenance, then you ask God consistently until the Lord opens doors for you. Or if you have a problem, a difficulty, a threat, you pray persistently and ask God, keep me, Lord, for they threaten me, they want to take my life because of this, because of that. Lord, keep me because I am in danger. So one is praying persistently and asking the Lord for it. So as you can see, is it not bad to be persistent? Is it not bad to stop asking God? Or is it bad to persist too much? And is it also bad not to ask God? Both things are valid. And we just need to be intelligent and wise to know how to ask. Because incidentally, the apostle in one of his epistles said, you ask and do not receive because you ask amiss. That's right, because not knowing how to ask means you ask for things you don't need, and it would be out of stubbornness that I am asking God. So according to the way we live, we ask the Lord accordingly. We always say to the Lord, Lord, I want you to give me health so that I can work. That's very good. And we always say to the Lord, give me health because I need to work. I have responsibilities. That's very good. But there are other things that people want. Whims, vanities, cravings that people want. For this, we should not be so persistent because it may not be good for us. It may not be good for us. As once a sister who they say fell in love with a young man. She fell in love with that man and then kept asking God to give her that man as a husband, as her partner, because she was deeply in love and insisted, and God never answered her. And God never granted her that. And she said, no, God does not answer. God does not answer one's request because I asked. I asked because I was in love with that certain person, and the Lord did not give him to me. That is not knowing how to ask, because she was asking for something that was not good for her. God did not give it because it was not good for her. And that is why when things are not good for us, God does not give them. Even if you ask for them, God does not give them because it is not the right moment. However, let us ask God for wisdom and know how to ask. Let us be intelligent. Let us know how to ask the Lord. Right? Ask the Lord and remember always what is good, always what is righteous. Because we are not going to ask for something like wishing harm on another person, right? To ask, oh Lord, let it go badly for so-and-so who did such and such. That is not right, because God will never listen to us and we would be sinning. We would sin because of that. So it is simply wisdom. Let us not worry about that, because both things are very important, acceptable, asking and being persistent, as the Lord Jesus also gave the example of the judge of that woman when she went to the unjust judge who would not give her justice, and she kept going to the judge saying, give me justice, and he finally gave her justice. So the Lord said that is how your prayer should be, persistent until God gives the blessing. But we need to know how to ask for what is truly needed so that God may hear us and grant us that blessing.